Hey there. Today, I want to talk about inner conflicts, about head versus heart decisions and conflicts. Head, or the logical, analytical mind, versus the heart or the intuition. What does our gut say? It is something that comes up for everyone all the time. I've been working with this for many years. And at first, it feels like such a confusion. You are in a moment of a decision, or you feel something is very clear for you. That direction, this decision, that job, I don't know, I want to move abroad, whatever it is. And something in your system tells you a clear yes. And you're like, okay, let's do this. And then another moment, you get the complete opposite answer. Like, no, 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 no. This is not good because it's risky, because I don't have enough money, because it's uncertainty, etc. So I want to detangle the head versus heart and give you some practical tips that I work with, how to work with these inner conflicts that are there all the time. First of all, I want to differentiate that we are so many parts, yeah? So many different voices. So the conflict inside of us is a very normal thing. It's just how it is. It doesn't need to be head versus heart. It can be fear versus love. It can be the critical voice versus the joyful, confident voice. Yeah, so this concept of inner conflicts is a wide one. Today we focus on the head versus heart. Now, the brain is a tool. That's very important. The brain is amazing. It has so much power and we definitely need it. Yet, we are not our brain. We are not our brain. And if we, without steering it, without managing it, without understanding what the brain is, a tool, and not us, if we go through life and we cannot observe that, we cannot put the brain into its role, it will lead to decisions that are not fully authentic and true to yourself, that are not fully embodied. Because the heart and the gut and the stomach, yeah, basically embodied decisions, yeah? Your body says yes to something or no to something. That is closer to source. Now, what do I mean source? I mean to our soul. I mean to our being. I mean to our truth. Just nowadays, we have unlearned, or we never learned, to understand the tool brain and to understand our embodied decision making. It's also called intuition. It's all kind of the same, when people say I decide from my heart or from my guts felt that I should do that, or my intuition or my higher self, whatever it is. It's basically the inner core, the essence, the truth speaking versus the head. And in today's world, where I grew up, certainly, where I worked, certainly, it was about what do you think, right? What is the logical best decision? And in some areas of life, that might apply, that the brain is the only decision-making organ or decision-making relevance. But in a holistic setting, in a world where, in a being where you decide, you know what, my brain does not take over me. I want to feel, I want to see, how do I access my intuition? Why are there these conflicts? Yeah. Why does the brain actually, my logical mind, tell me a yes or no here? What is laying behind? In a world where you want to unravel, untangle the confusion that arises sometimes, then you need to understand the differences and how to work with that. All right, so we have understood brain is a tool. Yeah. It is extremely good for analyzing, calculating, logistics, all of that. Yeah. But I'd say for me, and it doesn't need to be your truth, it's definitely not the decision-making driver when it comes to life decisions for me. Do you want to be in a relationship or not? Do you want to live at this place? Do you want to stay in the job you're at? Or does the new opportunity you have is the right one for you? What is your passion? What is your path? Those bigger life decisions, I believe, should be heart-led intuitive decisions. Of course, it's everyone's individual choice, right? How they weigh head and heart in their decision making, and what kind of decisions they want to do with what balance maybe. Or if they are like me, and I believe in heart-led decision makings. For me, in most of the decisions in my life, I'm really trying to find the clarity in my intuition, because I believe, I experience that this is my truth, that this is my essence, this is what my soul wants to experience. This is where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to do. Heart-led and intuitive decisions, however, do not mean that they're easy. Yeah, so intuition and heart-led decisions unequals this is the easiest or most fun or most joyful path. Yeah, it is the truth, the true path. It's the path that your intuition, that your heart says you should go, but it can include definitely lessons, not can, it will include lessons along the way that you need to learn, that you need to experience. So just for understanding that it's not equaling ease, right? Or just fun, but what is in life. Also, I want to share that conflicts, inner conflicts, will always occur. It's a coexistence of the negative and the positive voices and feelings inside of us. Negative and positive thoughts, the inner parts that not necessarily are friends with each other. So it's about the polarity. It's about the coexistence of conflict that we need to learn to hold and not let us confuse us, but to actually work with it and see it as an exploration. All right. Now, about intuitive heart-led decision making. How do I access my intuition? How do I know what my intuition actually says? This is not so easy. I'll move back to the head to just show you the differences also. So we are used to have our head on all the time. It's a thinking engine. It's an engine that tells us what to do, our to-do lists, our limiting beliefs, our patterns. Everything is messy and mixed there, but we are used to hear our brain all the time. Our intuition, however, we have never learned, or we have unlearned a lot of times, to not have an access to it. So it is much more subtle. It's much more quiet. It whispers. It's not as dominant as the brain. The head is screaming loud and repeats and repeats and repeats. It's a certain dominance. The heart intuition is not dominant. So again, reminder or marker. repetition and loudness, dominance, unequals truth. Yeah. So in this case, it's not about that what is louder is the best for us. What is louder, what screams or what says it again and again is what we need to take into consideration more. No, no. It's just how this tool brain functions. It does not show you or help you in any way to understand your true core essence, intuition, and heart. All right. It's a little bit hard because it's kind of like a brain fuck, yeah? But this is how it goes. So brain is loud, dominant, masculine energy is the brain, the right side. And the intuition and the heart is usually more subtle, whispering, and not so loud and not necessarily repeating. So I believe you all had moments in your life and experiences where, for whatever reason, it was clear, this is my intuition speaking. This is my heart speaking. So ask yourself, how does that feel? How did it feel? For me, I get shivers. I get full-on body shivers if something is really true and very precise for me. And I know it's my intuition. Also, I have signs of warmth, of feeling very comfortable. It's all those embodied signs. Yeah, so intuition is linked with the body, with our energy. So it's about feelings, not about thoughts. It's super interesting and beautiful to observe and be curious about your intuition, to have an intention and to speak to your intuition and tell it, you know what, I don't know you very well, but I want to get to know you better. I want to hear you clearer. I want to include you in my decisions more. Let's build up a relationship that we don't yet have. Only the awareness of that you might not have this relationship to your heart or intuition yet, will shift something. And believe me, speaking to it, asking it to be louder or more clear will already help. But I give you a practical exercise now that helped me a lot and still helps me a lot. All right, so you can sit down in a meditation pose or lay down or whatever. And you focus on your breath. Maybe it's 5 deep breaths in and out. Maybe it's 10. However long it takes until you arrive to silence inside of you, to a peaceful, calm momentum where your head that is constantly blurring is off. Yeah. When you arrive there, you can tell yourself a truth, something that is 1,000% true for you. You love your parents, or you're passionate about hockey, whatever. And you sit there and you tell yourself this truth that you know is true. You can repeat it, you can speak it out loud, or you can speak it just inside of your system. And you observe how your body feels. What is the experience? What are the sensations? Do you get tingles? Do you get warmth? Do you maybe see some colors, some signs? Do you hear some sounds? Do you have a smell? Whatever it is, you can, you observe it, you catch it, you can strengthen it and work with that. That is your intuition speaking. Another tip, since the intuition is linked with the left side of the body and the feminine energy, for me, actually, it's not the case, but I know people that somehow get sensations on the left, and then they know it's their intuition. Yeah, some see, like, I mean, eyes closed. Yeah, some see white or golden light, or shapes, or a green light even. Or for me, it's mostly feeling warm and comfortable and getting shivers, like I really get tingles. And I feel like my energy is expanding and I feel super present. I feel very connected with myself. That is my intuition. Then you stop this exercise, you get the first glimpse of what is the voices, what are the signs of your intuition, of your heart. You do something else. You wash dishes, do laundry, do whatever. Let minimum 15 minutes pass. And then you sit there again or lay down and you do the same until you arrive to the silence inside of you. And now you tell yourself a lie. Something that is definitely not true. You just turn it around. Something that you really love doing, you suddenly say you hate something or whatever. And again, you observe. What does your body say? What are the sensations? For me, I'm getting a bit cold. I feel like I'm dancing, like my energy is not expanding, but I'm like, ugh. I'm not feeling present and connected. I actually feel uncomfortable in my body. I know someone that, and I would love to have that, I don't, that actually gets a red flag, like really a red flag sign. And that person is so trained with her intuition, that this red flag really pops up whenever, without actually getting into this meditation mode and into the exercise. But whenever the intuition clearly says no, she sees in her inner system, in her visual, obviously not outside, yeah, she sees a red flag popping up. I think that is the mastery, really. I'm definitely not there yet, but it doesn't need to be that obvious. It's okay that our intuition whispers and is a little bit more subtle. As long as we're aware of it and we know how to work with it, we can and we should. Okay. So this is the practical exercise about heart-led and intuitive understanding and guiding. Now, overall, what have we understood so far? I just want to summarize because this is super important. Number one, the awareness and the understanding that our brain and our heart, our logical, analytical mind, our head, and our intuition, our gut, our highest self, are two very different organisms, systems inside of us. All right? The brain is louder and more dominant, and we're much more used to it. The intuition, the heart, is usually more subtle, not necessarily loud. And it embodies. It's a feeling. It's not a thought. It's a feeling of your body. It's a shiver. It's an energy. It's maybe you visualize something. Whatever it is for you. This is really important for awareness. Within that, we understand that dominance, loudness, and repetition unequals truth. Bring consciousness to that. It does not matter how loud the brain speaks and how often it repeats. It does not give you any sign of the truth of your decision making or that what the brain produces is true. It gives you signs, and that's the challenge with the brain, that there is a lot of work there to do for you. Yeah, the brain links your old wounds, your patterns, your limiting beliefs, etc., and brings all of that bullshit into your system. You decide consciously, that's the awareness part, yeah, consciousness, how much of that old baggage you wanna really take into consideration for decision makings from here and now for your future life. Or if you're brave and courageous and say, you shut up. I am not letting my future, be influenced by my past baggage. I might be scared. I am full of fear and full of what is happening. And it's okay. You can hold that. You can be scared. You can feel fear. Uncertainty might be there, and it's all okay. But it should not hinder you, hold you back from heart-led decision making. It's okay. It all coexists. A decision being made from the heart and the intuition does not mean that it's an easy one. It does not mean that the path is all clear and you will just be happy and have fun. A heart-led intuitive decision means that this is the right, it's the precise decision for you at the moment, with everything that it will bring, with all the challenges, all the fears, all the solitude, all the whatever, anger that'll come up, all the people that you'll meet, all the experiences you will be having. That this is what you, your soul, your being, your true authentic self needs. This is the compass, where to go, where to develop, how to experience the world. Not equaling ease and fun and joy only, but truthfulness from the heart, from the intuition. All right, so we have understood these things. Now, we also have understood how to access the intuition. By the way, you need to train it, yeah? It is not an exercise or building up a relationship with your intuition and heart if it is not naturally there already, if you have not learned it growing up with your parents, in your surrounding, in your culture. Be patient, it will take time, all right? You can repeat this exercise that I gave you a lot of times. You can and must be continuously more aware of the intuition, invited to speak louder, and also kind of prove that it can speak when you include it in small decision makings, you know, so that it understands, it will have a voice, that you really want to hear it. So it gets stronger and stronger, and your relationship gets stronger and stronger. All right, so we have the awareness of those two different organisms and how they function very differently. Now, when you have that awareness and you have a decision to make, it's important to bring order, to bring structure, to detangle the mess. I know this feeling so well, and I'm sure you do as well. You're just confused, everything's foggy, you're overwhelmed. Do not act from a place like that, all right? Do not make decisions that are big and important to you, for you, from this messy confusion place. Just don't. Bring the awareness and the structure. Untangle it step by step. See it clearly. Ah, this is what my brain says. Ah, from what my brain says, this is amount. All of this is old patterns, limiting beliefs, bullshit, and that's past. I kick it out. Or I let it stay there and observe and let it be present. But this is not part of my decision making. And the brain there has really relevant thoughts that are realistic, that are fact-driven, that are belonging to the present. Do I have enough money? What does it mean? I will miss my family. I will be by myself. This case of moving to Australia, yeah? Or whatever it is. And you can take them into consideration. Yeah, it's the navigation, it's the management of that. You can also consciously decide that you weigh them in the decision making, but that's your choice. Yeah, but sort, detangle, structure. And then you have the intuition. What did your intuition say? You get the exercises to find that clear voice. And then with that picture of all of the different parameters, you can see clearly. You can then choose to what balance you want to take what into the equation. For me, I take fully heart-led decisions, fully intuitive decisions. This is my truth. And I believe, to be very honest, I believe it should be everyone's. Yet, not everyone wants to walk that path, and that's totally fine. And I'm also not claiming that I'm right. I'm just saying for myself and what I experienced and how I understand the overall system of our being and how everything functions. The heart and the intuition is my deciding factor. It's my compass. It's my compass. It's my navigation. And I will always choose heart over head. However you want to do it, it's yours to decide. But bring that awareness, bring that consciousness in to decide from a not confused place. Do not decide when you're emotionally overwhelmed and when it's messy and foggy. And even if it takes time, sometimes decisions, even though we want to, maybe there's external time pressure, maybe our head says, decide already, you know? Maybe your parents, friends, you get pressure from the outside. Well, you should never decide from a messy place. Wait, sit, hold, trust, be patient, do your work, but also trust that the clarity will come. And sometimes it needs time. And the commitment to yourself that you're not acting, you're not making decisions from a messy place is a beautiful one. And it certainly helped me. It's one of my guiding principles of my values that I'm not. And it led to sometimes being in very confusing, undecided situations for a long time. And that is hard to accept sometimes. But then the clarity that will unfold through that process and through the awareness and the work and the order you bring in, and through the relationship you're building up with your intuition, is pure magic, is beautiful. And you will know when it's the right moment, when you have enough clarity to decide something big for you. And you will know. Trust yourself. Trust your body. Trust the sensations and the experiences. You will know that this is a heart-led, intuitive decision. I'm so excited sharing this understanding and knowledge with you. It's an ongoing process, and it's so important. And I wish you all the best, and so much excitement and curiosity with learning new how to access your intuition and your heart, with building up the relationship new, with exploring, and to bring in consciously the awareness of what is what and how do I bring from the messy place, order, awareness, structure, to decide and act from connected places within you, from holistic, connected, true, precise places. I wish that dearly for you. Bye for now.